What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Flawless Prime Performance video. Now today is a little bit of a different video just because we are not at the shop. We are not nowhere near a shop environment. I'm actually in San Antonio, Texas right now, and it is 1:03 in the morning. It is 1:03 in the morning, so it was a last minute trip, and I did go ahead and come over here because I do have some things to do on the Supercharged C6. Now, for those who don't know about the Supercharged C6, you will see a little bit, well, you will see about it here in the next clip, but it is my girlfriend's Supercharged C6 that I went ahead and built for her. I came to do some last minute things because tomorrow we do have a dyno tune scheduled in the morning, so I am gonna go ahead and throw on a bigger supercharger pulley because it is making way too much boost than what we actually want right now. And I'm also gonna install a longer belt just because you are increasing the size of the supercharger pulley. So I am actually about to get to the location of the C6, and I'll pick it up once I get there and start working on the C6. We actually made it here to where the Corvette is, and if y'all hear a little echo, excuse me, and if I am talking a little bit low, it is a complex and there is other people here, so please excuse that for whatever reason. If it does sound low, I am sorry, but we are here with the Corvette and we are about to start working on it. What we do have to remove is this black cover and then start removing the charge pipe, the intake, or we're actually not going to try and remove the intake, but we do have to go ahead and unbolt the head unit itself just so we can get the belt out of that bottom tensioner, because it is really close to the block, and pretty much the easy part is just replacing the actual pulley, but the hard part is changing that belt. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get started and removing these things that need to be removed. Once those things are removed, I'll go ahead and start loosening the belt tensioner, because it does have two adjustments. It has the actual tensioner in the bottom and a set tensioner that you actually adjust yourself. So let me go ahead and get started. We did go ahead and get that pulley removed, which is right here. So it did have a 3/6 pulley in it, and obviously we did get that belt removed. There is nothing at all, and we do need to change that little spacer. And this is a new belt, and we do have that old belt over here. So unfortunately I didn't want to go ahead and get a Gates belt for this, because this is a green belt, or at least it was. You can barely see it, but this is a heavy duty green belt. But unfortunately for this specific size that we need for the 4.0 pulley, they do not make a heavy duty belt, only a Gates regular one. But even then, the Gates belt was on like a back order, or they just didn't carry them, and it was going to take around 3 to 4 days just for the belt to arrive. So pretty much kind of left us with no option but to get the Duralast brand. Doesn't feel all too bad, but I do really want that Gates belt on the long run, so I will probably go ahead and order that tomorrow just so we can end up throwing it back on and just have that peace of mind that we do have a good belt. So with that being said, now I do have to reverse everything. Go ahead and install that 4.0 pulley. And our target boost with this at Redline, we want it to be more or less around 8 to 10 pounds, because with the 3/6 we were actually seeing around, I think it was like 15 pounds at 5,600 RPMs, and we are revving out the car to 6,500. So we were exceeding our limits by a lot, because we still needed around 1,000 RPMs more on the dyno, and we were looking at that high amount of boost. So we were gonna make around, 17 or 18, I'd guess. And yeah, so that is the reason for the 4.0 pulley going on. But with that being said, let me go ahead and wrap up this job, throw on that 4.0 with the new belt, and wait till tomorrow so we can go ahead and take it to the dyno. It is the following morning, and we went ahead and wrapped up that job from last night. I had very few things to do. I went ahead and threw on the charge pipe. I went ahead and turned on the vehicle as well, just so we can see how much belt tension the actual belt was gonna have, and it seems to be really good right now. It is, you know, a good adjustment where I usually like having it. It's not too tight and it's not super loose either, to where we will get belt slipping. Just kind of throws off the dyno. The tuner doesn't like it either, so just want to take the car prepared. And I am actually going to go ahead and turn it on, let it idle. Like I said, I turned it on just to adjust the belt, but this car is obnoxiously loud. It would have woken up this whole complex, and I'm not, you know, really trying to have that. So now that it is morning, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn it on and let it idle, heat up and stuff, and get it ready. So guys, excuse the noise, the Corvette is on, and this is what I mean about it being really loud. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this car chops. So guys, with all that being said and done, I am actually headed to the dyno spot to get the car dyno tuned. Now, since we are here in the driver's seat, I am actually going to go ahead and show you some little things of this car that I did to kind of have safety features on it. So we do have a red light and a amber light. We have our air fuel and our boost. But these two little amber and red and amber lights are actually for your fuel pumps. This triggers on the first one, so that'll light up, and then your secondary will trigger the red light. So it just kind of is little safety feature that I decided to add, just in case those hop switches do go bad, the pump doesn't kick on, that light does not kick on. So that is pretty cool. And I'm also going to be checking for the trans temp. I know I went ahead and did the relocation for the cooler, so it does seem to be really cool. I am actually going to test it on the highway. So my girlfriend brought it all the way over here, and I was, you know, texting her, calling her about that transmission temp, and she said that it ran super cool. So I'm actually going to be the one seeing that now. So let's head that way. So we went ahead and wrapped up the dyno session, or the dyno tuning. We actually just put out of the gas station from pumping E85 on the Corvette. So it actually did really good as compared to the other times that we did come. We struggled a little bit just with little things those first times that we came, but This time it did excellent. You know, no hiccups whatsoever. If anything, the only hiccup that we did have was just a little bit, just a tad bit of belt slip. It was really in the high RPMs, and pretty much the fix to that is just a better belt. I couldn't get my hands on a Gates belt, and that is usually what I like running on anything boosted. Is Gates, just because you do get belt slip on a supercharged setup like that. So whether if it's centrifugal blower or positive displacement, you will get belt slip if you don't have a good belt. And I am actually gonna go ahead and order that belt for her. But yeah, guys, I mean, it did super good on that dyno. I will go ahead and post, I think I only have one clip of the dyno, just because I was talking with the tuner a lot as to what changes I did to the car from the previous times that I went ahead and took it. So also, before I forget to mention, a big shout out to Phoenix Performance Calibrations here in San Antonio, Texas, who got us absolutely right with the Corvette and all the tuning needs that it needed. So a big shout out to him. He did a magnificent job on the tune. She says that it's driving perfectly fine. Pretty much the only other things that we'd want to upgrade is a better stock converter, or a better converter, and I mean the belt pretty much. And maybe we might size down a pulley, go to a 3.8, since it did really good with the 4.0. So we will get an extra 2 pounds if we decide to go with that 3.8 pulley, which I really might look into. I just don't want to do this whole entire thing again where it starts making too much boost for the motor itself. So my girlfriend is the one driving the Corvette right now. She's having a blast in it. So guys, this is the end of the video, and we went ahead and drove the C6 for the rest of the day yesterday. So today is the following day of the clips that you just saw, but she was the one driving it. This is my girlfriend. And what did you think about the car?
Honestly, from the Edelbrock, it feels really, really good. Actually, I'm happy.
They don't know that it had an Edelbrock, so let me tell them real quick. Whenever she purchased the car did come with a different cam, came with a different supercharger, and that's pretty much it, right? Like what we changed?
The cam,
yeah, the cam and the supercharger. So it did have an Edelbrock supercharger, and it was okay, it was decent, but there was no room to improve in that type of supercharger. They only sold a stage 1 and a stage 2, and you really couldn't do anything besides the cooling. Upgraded the cooling and just E85. So pretty much we were kind of limited on that platform. So that's why she went ahead and changed over to the A&A kit. And what do you think about it? How do you feel it after the dyno?
Well, honestly, I fucking love it. The first pull I did, I was like really hyped up, because I mean, compared to like this type of power from positive displacement power, like it's different. Crazy. Yeah, it's real different, and I was really happy about it.
Yeah. So for those who don't know the difference between a centrifugal power band to a positive displacement, centrifugal makes a lot of power on the higher end of the RPM. So basically anything over 4,500 RPMs to your red line is going to be making a lot of power. And for a positive displacement, it basically just makes all the power as soon as you hit the gas, and it dies off in the top end. So yeah, guys.
Yeah, the centrifugal blower has more of a top end kind of deal. And yeah, I mean, you definitely feel that. Yeah.
I'm still yet to drive it 100%, but she says that it was fast and it looked fast. Do you think it's faster than my car?
It'll be a good run.
Okay. So that's a run to be expected here in the next videos. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in to yet another video here in the Flores Power Performance YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.